Hey everyone, it's Andrea from Summit Valley Soap, and today I'm going to show you how I make our Cherry Almond soap. I love this one, and you guys did too because it sold out before I could even get it in our Etsy shop. Let's start with our oils. I've got them melted and blended and ready to go. This is a 4-layer soap, and I divide it out evenly, and I add the colorant just before I separate all the oils. For the brown, I use good old Hershey's cocoa. I have used cocoa for my browns since I started making soap. It's always worked for me, and it's kind of one of those if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of things. Next, I'm going to use a rose red mica from Chemistry Connection. I have 2 pink layers, one dark pink and one light pink. I'm going to use the same mica for both. In the darker pink, I'll use it to their suggested usage rate, which is 1 teaspoon per pound of oil. For the light layer, I'm going to use half that. Now for the last layer, at the end, I'm going to put a little titanium dioxide in, just because our fragrance oil does discolor a little bit. I don't want a bright white, but I'll add a little later just to whiten it up a bit. I'm going to add some sodium lactate to each layer. This is a liquid salt, and it helps the bars get harder faster and lets me get it out of the mold easier. I think it makes the bars smoother as well. And just for a little exfoliating scrub, and because it's cute, I'm going to add some poppy seeds. I'm going to do a 1/4 tablespoon in each layer. I know for some people these are really scratchy, but there's also those people that just really love a good scrub. And here is our fragrance oil. It's Cherry Almond from Nurture Soap, and it behaves very well in cold processed soap. But like I said earlier, it does discolor a little bit to a tan color, which worked fine for the design of my soap. But keep that in mind. So let's put our gloves on, and we're gonna add the lye. I always say these really aren't beginner tutorial soaping videos, so if you're wanting to get started, go ahead and check out the discussion below. I'll add some links to beginning soap tutorials. Pay special attention to lye safety. It's really important. Once we get this added, I'm going to go ahead and blend this up. I want a light to medium trace. I want it to be nice and fluid and easy to pour, but it doesn't have to be ultra light. If you watched my Pride soap video, I had to be very careful to keep those layers really crisp and neat. But in this case, the layers are going to be messy, and I'm going to add a pencil line so they don't have to be as perfect, and I can relax a little bit. And I have to admit, this soap is a little bit more fun to make just because I don't have to be as careful. Once I get this poured, I'll let it set for just a minute or so, let it firm up, and then I'm going to come in with my spatula and just sort of texturize the top, rough it up a little bit, and that's what's going to give us that fun, kind of messy look to each layer. For the pencil line, I'm going to use activated charcoal, and I have it in what's called a fairy duster. It just sprays powder in a really fine layer. What you don't want to do here is go very thick. If it goes too thick, the bars will break apart. They'll separate. The first time I made this soap, I was so careful trying not to get the activated charcoal up the sides of the mold. And here's the thing, it's impossible. And what I've learned is that you don't have to worry about it because you can fix it later. And I'll show you that at the end of the video. And like I said, you can try as hard as you want, but you're probably gonna get some in the sides of the mold anyway. So here's our light pink. We've got our lye added, and we're mixing it up to light trace. Now again, our layers are messy, and we don't have to worry as much. I don't wait in between on this particular soap. I just go right ahead. But I do go and use a spatula to break the fall of the batter as I pour it, just to make sure that it doesn't break into that first layer. Like before, I'm going to give it a minute, and then I'm going to come in with the spatula and rough it up for that messy layered look. And again, here's our fairy duster and just a light layer. If you look at it, you can just barely see the pink below, and that's what you want. You don't want it to be really thick. I didn't show you the mixing this time of the next layer because it's all the same. Add lye, mix to light to medium trace. You can tell as I pour this one, my trace is a little bit lighter. It's fine. I just had to wait a minute or two longer before I came in with the spatula and roughed the layer up. And if you do try to rough it up and it doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. Just wait until it thickens up and then come back in. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward here and show you the last one. I just put a squirt or two of titanium dioxide in there, and it will be kind of a cream color. After about a week, it'll darken a little bit. The first time I made this, it was really white, and it took it a week to just kind of maybe come to the color you're seeing here. And when it's really white, it kind of looks like a Neapolitan ice cream bar, which would have been fine, except it wasn't what I was going for. So I'm gonna let this discolor a little bit more and get more of that brown and pink kind of cherry almond look. So we're all done, and it's been a day. So let me get this out of the mold and we'll cut it. And you can kind of see the smudging from the activated charcoal. Again, like I said, no big deal here. You do want to turn this one on the side like I have when you cut it, and that way you're dragging through those pencil lines instead of dragging those pencil lines through the other parts of the soap that don't have them. You can see on the inside after I cut it how much cleaner it looks than the outside. And again, this is okay because we're going to plane these and it's going to take that right off and it's going to look beautiful with minimal effort. Okay, now that we have everything cut, I'm going to plane these. And I always say this on my videos, planing soap and beveling soap is really relaxing to me, and it's my favorite. It's like wrapping a present. It's the final hurrah. I'm gonna slow this down and show you how effective this is at taking that extra activated charcoal off the sides of the bar. So look at this one. You can see the smudging, especially on this side. Now I am gonna do one swipe across here, and look, it's perfect. That's all it took. Check out this other one. Same thing. One swipe, perfection. So when it's that easy, why stress out while you're making the soap? So it turned out beautiful, and I really love this one. This will be available in about 4 weeks in our Etsy shop. We're Summit Valley Soap. You can find us at summitvalleysoap.etsy.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. As always, if you're feeling really generous, like and subscribe. That way you won't miss any of our content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.